All right, so I've kind of loaded a save just so I can show you how the buildings look. And these aren't necessarily built in the right order, but buildings kind of generate jobs for your population. And the more populations you have, the more jobs you have, and each building gives you a different type of jobs. For example, we want research, so the first building I would build is a research building, research lab. Very first thing, research lab first. If you did the start I told you to, you'll automatically have a robot plan anyway, which is this is generating. You're still getting robots and you're getting people. Build a research lab first. After you get that first research lab, if you have it, you want to build an energy grid. This is an energy grid. You saw that I only had +5 energy earlier. It's not enough.
Special project
So
concluded.
you really need an energy grid. And once you get that energy grid on that first planet, you can focus on research, and you kind of need to pay attention to how your resources are. Like if you're low on alloys, you may need to build an alloy foundry so you have enough alloys. If you start expanding and you're running out of consumer industries, you can build a consumer goods. But there are a lot of buildings in here that I never built, like this monument, commercial zones, processing. I would build the food ones if I needed to. These hollow theaters, if your stability is low, you can build one of those.
Special project concluded.
There's a robot assembly plant. You can see in this game I don't even have them, but you definitely need to. These districts, let me pause this. So you have your buildings, they generate jobs. You want to have a factory, then an energy grid. Um, on that main building, sorry, your main planet, you want to have research labs. First building should get a research lab, and then if you can afford it, another one after that. But these districts, you don't want to go crazy. I only build a district if my planet up here on the right shows that there's unemployment. And you'll have a little suitcase on here if they have an unemployment. And then when they do, I'll come back and add a district. And the one you build is depending on what you need. An energy district makes someone work, making energy for you. Mineral district generates minerals. Food generates food. City districts, they generate housing. So if you're low on housing, you want to build one of those and trade value. Early on, you're better off with the energy and the mineral ones. And then as you get more and more people on the planet, you also need city districts. And that's kind of how it is on planets. And you need planets. Planets population is where you generate most of your power. It's not colonizing these systems. That's not where you're getting most of your minerals and your energy from. It's from planets. You want planets. Like this, see every in the plants in green, these are the ones you settle. Now, if you want an easy way to finding the planets and how you settle them, if you go to your expansion planner over in the left-hand side, all the settleable planets are there. You can order them by uh, habit. I ain't gonna say it, but you can order them, and then you just click on them. Can't colonize this one. I can't colonize them right in my, but this one I can. If you click on the planet from here, you can go ahead and send a colony ship to it, and one of your shipyards will automatically send the colony there, and that's how you can run your expansion. If there's any planets, but they do have to be in your territory. For example, if I had a planet way over here, it's not my territory. I'm not gonna be able to settle that. It's not my territory. But no, settle as many planets as you can as long as you have the minerals, the food, and the consumer goods. Because the first, I don't know, 10 years, when there's only, a billion people on the planet or something, a few million, it's only going to cost you to have it. It's going to cost you, it's going to be cost you minerals, cost you energy, and it's not really going to give you anything until they get up to about a population of 10. And that's when it's going to really start producing for you. So the earlier you start colonizing, the better you'll be in the future. The later you are, you're going to have a drag. Another thing is if you go to a race, if you want to have good relations, like this Dabix here, they like me already, but if you want to have good relations, you want to click on improve relations and you go ahead and send an envoy over to whoever's closest to you. So, as soon as you meet a race, send an envoy. So kind of the order of a good start. Make a good race. Make a good race. Expand as quickly as possible. 4 science ships, 2 construction ships is pretty good. If you encounter these anomalies, if there are short ones and they're only going to take, I don't know, 100 days to research or something, go ahead and do it. If you run into one that's going to take 1,000 days, you're going to have to ignore it until your expansion phase is done. And try and block off the aliens so they can't have so you can have more systems than they do. But as soon as you meet someone, make friends with them. Make them your best friend. And then if you want to kill them, you'll kill them later. But for now, make them your best friend because you don't have to devote so much money to your military. But you do want to keep a good military. The weaker your military is, the more likely they are to try and attack you and take your stuff from you. So sometimes it's good if you have enough money to keep your naval capacity near its limit. But that's enough for this video.